Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I recently just received my order in from Ferris Wheel Press. So we have 11 inks to swatch tonight. I have 6 full boxes and then I have several samples that we're going to do as well. I think it's just normal progression for me to go towards Ferris Wheel Press inks. Let's just face it, we're all in a chokehold over how beautiful these boxes are. I know that I am. I ordered these from the Ferris Wheel Press European website, and I have a few reasons why I did that. First, I was really interested in buttered popcorn, and I was not able to find a full size of this anywhere except there. Also, they had pumpkin patch, which I believe was sold out already on the US site. Also, Autumn and Auburn was not available on the US site, and the Oralis was already sold out on the US website, and as well as the ink charger set, which is the newest one, the Midnight Masquerade. I did end up paying a very large amount of money for the shipping to get it here to the US, but I felt like it was worth it. When I first became interested in fountain pens and fountain pen inks, ones that I had on my wish list forever has been buttered popcorn, so I really feel like it was worth it. I did use a coupon, so that helped a little bit. I also really wanted Treasured Manuscript. That was another one that was not available on the US site. So that's how I came about ordering it off of the European site. I also have 2 ink samples here from Vanessa, Spadina Rose, and Central Park Greens. Now I wasn't sure if I wanted full bottles of those, so I got samples as well as the samples in the Midnight Masquerade, which was Harlequin Dream, the Sherry Sonata, and the Sad Charade. These were the only ones that I was absolutely positive that I wanted full-size bottles of. I have all my swatching supplies ready. I have a ceramic cup with water. I have my glass swatching pen. I really like using the end of this to do my swatches, and then this for writing out some writing samples. I have my Kakamori pen as well, and it has the brass nib with the Sakura handle. I have my Hobonichi Techo Han A6, which I'm totally in love with, which is my ink swatch planner, and I already have it labeled Ferris Wheel Press for this swatch session. So without further ado, let's get into this. My first thoughts here is while I'm unboxing these inks is these are so cute. The inks that are in the ink charger sets, really cute. The first thing I like to do is use my MakeID to actually print the date out. I like to put that in the top of my planner so this way I remember what day we're doing this on. And I purchased solid tape. If you saw my first swatch video, I had to do like covering up with washi tape and doing a whole bunch of stuff just to cover up that area so that you can actually read the date. And now I don't have to do that anymore. This solid tape works so much better than the clear that I was using. The first ink we're going to swatch is Spadina Rose. And I'm really excited about this one because I want to see how it compares to some of the other kind of pink wine color inks that I currently have in my collection. So let's ink this up and let's get into this. I do have a piece of paper tucked under this so that we don't have any bleed through. Oh wow, this is really beautiful. I'm going to get a little bit more on the end here. This is a gorgeous color. It's looking like a really pretty wine color. So I'm just going to use my glass dip pen. And I noticed in my last video that my glass dip pen tip was broken. And I think that's why I had such a hard time with it when I was writing, because it was actually cracked. Now that I have one that is not cracked, it is so much easier to write with. And I'm just going to write in Spadina Rose. I'm just going to redip it. And I really don't have a swatching method right now. I'm kind of just in that process of trying to figure out what I want my swatches to look like. Everybody does them different, and I don't want to do anything that a lot of other people do. I kind of want to try something being unique, so it's kind of tough to figure out what to do. And I think with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do little swirlies like that, and then I'm going to do some circle swatches because I really like having little circles. I think it makes a huge difference with seeing color and everything else. I'm already loving the way this one is drying. I'm going to see if we can zoom in just a little bit closer because I think it'll make it easier. There we go. So this one's drying nicely. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, the next one I have is from the Midnight Masquerade collection. It is the Sherry Sonata. And I'm really excited about seeing that one because I want to see how it compares to Spadina Rose. And ultimately, I want to see how it compares to Taranishi Chemical Industry Opera Rose. At the end, we're going to do some comparison swatches as well. So definitely hang in there and stay tuned for that as well. So let's open this up. These little bottles are so cute. We're going to swatch this one next. Let me get enough on my swatching end here. Didn't get enough. Oh, this is really pretty too. It kind of looks similar, but a little bit darker and actually a little bit brighter as well. And this is the Sherry Sonata. Very pretty. I actually like the feedback that that pen is giving me. Let's see if I can get this on the Kakamora without making a huge mess. I'm going to need a little separate individual vial holder because that's kind of scaring me a little. And here we're going to just do our squigglies. And I'm going to do some circle swatches. Spadina Rose is very muted, very beautiful, whereas the Sherry Sonata is a more bright, I don't want to say fuchsia because fuchsia is really bright, but it just has a more bright properties than the Spadina Rose, which is more dusty to me. The next one I'm really excited about. This is Ferris Wheel Press Butter Popcorn. Now, I believe this is currently discontinued, so it was tough to get this box, but I'm really happy to have it. I am a big fan of this color from all the swatches that I've seen online. I love this box. I mean, really. Ferris Wheel Press has us in a chokehold, people. Look at how gorgeous this is. I love it so much. I love the little popcorn machine. I'm a big fan of popcorn. I eat it often. I love popping my own and doing flavored popcorns. Yeah, so I just knew I had to have this. These bottles are so pretty. I really love them. Now, I did purchase the ink carriage holder because I am infamous for spilling inks. So I've done it only once actually, but seriously, it scarred me. Oh, there's like a little rubber piece on top. That's going to get messy real quick on my fingers. But no big deal. Okay, so let's swatch this one out. Okay, let's get some on the end of my swatching. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm in love. I am literally in love. I now see why everybody is going crazy over this color because it's absolutely gorgeous. It's exactly what I was hoping it to be. Definitely understand the love with this one. So we are doing buttered popcorn. Got a little too much there. Oops. It's just the way it is. This is very, very, very pretty. I love it. Okay, let's get some on the Kakamori. See what I can do with that. Just trying something a little bit different with the swatches. I really like having little circles, like I said. It just helps me really see the ink color as it dries down. And I just think it's really fun. Okay, let's cap this up. Don't want any spills tonight. We'll see how inky the fingers get. Next up, we're going to be doing Pumpkin Patch. I'm in love with this box, guys. I'm not gonna lie. First of all, I'm all things pumpkin in the fall time. I am like the pumpkin queen. I am pumpkin everything. I also have a Toyota FJ that is exactly this color. It's called Magma for my truck, and that's how much I love this color. And the awesome part is, see this little cat down here? He looks exactly like my boy Maxwell. So when I saw this box and this color, I knew I had to have a full bottle. I am definitely taking advice from you guys. Do not buy full bottles, buy samples until you know you're in love with something. I think I'm going to be in love with this one. So let's open it up and see what it looks like. Pretty in the bottle. Oh, if that's the color of it, I'm going to be very much in love. As far as the ink carriage, I really like this thing. I think it will definitely prevent any kind of spilling, or at least hopefully it will. Okay, let's swatch this up. I have high expectations for this one. Oh, it looks really nice so far. Okay, let's get it. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I am in love with that color. I hope it dries down the same way because it looks really, really pretty. And we're just going to come in here and do Pumpkin Patch. Really pretty. Exactly what I was hoping for. Really like the coloring. Now that we're getting the other two colors up here to dry, wow, Spadina Rose is screaming at me. I am definitely going to have to get that in a bottle. Sherry Sonata, I'm not sure. It's, like I said, it's more bright and not really as much as attracting me as that Spadina Rose. That Spadina Rose has my name written all over it right now. Okay. Really beautiful. I'm in love with this color. I am so glad that I was able to get a full bottle of this one because it is really gorgeous. In the end, we are definitely going to do some comparisons because I'm really curious. In my last swatch video, I did Teranishi Chemical Industry Nostalgic Honey, and I really want to compare it to the buttered popcorn. I also want to take my Teranishi Opera Rose and compare it to Spadina Rose and the Sherry Sonata to see how that looks as well. Next up, we have Autumn in Auburn. Yeah, big fall person here, like I said earlier. The bottle on this one is beautiful. Oh, wow. It's looking a lot more brown than I expected, but that's good because I love browns. So far, I haven't had to change my water, so that's a good thing. All right, let's get this one down. Oh, wow, definitely a lot more brown than I was expecting it. But it is gorgeous, and I do love it because I am very much into my browns lately. And this one is Autumn in Auburn. I think I'm putting too much ink on this glass nib, but hey, it's what it is. Yeah, that's actually really, really pretty. I like that a lot. Okay, so that's the first 5 inks. I'm going to just give it a second. Let's let them dry. Okay, they've had some time to dry. This one is still a little bit wet. I really, really am loving these inks and how they're going down on this paper. Now, I usually use a Hobonichi Weeks to do most of my writing in, so I will be swatching those in that as well. I won't be doing that in this video, but I'm going to definitely do that because I know that inks act differently on different types of paper, so I'm curious how they're going to act on that paper. Also, it definitely affects the color as well because this paper is more white where my Hobonichi Weeks is more creamed color. But I am really loving Spadina Rose. Sherry Sonata, I think is very pretty. It's not my type of color. It's a little too pink for me and too bright. Buttered Popcorn, I'm in love with. Pumpkin Patch, I'm in love with. And Autumn in Auburn, I'm in love with. And I want to compare this Autumn in Auburn with another ink that I have as well. And like I said, we'll do that at the end. Let's move on and see what's next. Okay, next I want to do Central Park Greens. I only got this in sample size, which I'm surprised at because I think this is an ink that I'm really going to end up loving and I'm probably going to want a full bottle of. For now, let's just test it out. I could be wrong and see if we like this. Let me just make sure there's no water on the end of this because I feel like that affects the swatch if you mix water in. Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to get a full bottle of this. This is the type of green that I really, really love. It's just that beautiful grass green. It's so pretty. And even though I live in Pennsylvania, I'm a true New Yorker, and just the fact that it's Central Park Greens, yeah, I might need this one. Very, very pretty. Okay, now that I'm working with this glass nib and it's not cracked, I feel it's almost a little too thick for me. So I'm going to have to look into something a little bit finer for doing that part of my swatches. The Kakamori I'm in love with, even though I'm a little scared of it. And it still has a little bit of a learning curve going on with it. I'm not going to be too scared. I'm just going to go for it. I'm kind of getting used to it, put it that way. It's getting easier to use. And get the circles down. Now I don't have any other greens to really compare that to right now. So that one I might not have a comparison on. Now, the next one we're going to do is Dancing Thyme. Now this is one of their newer ones. Look at that box. Like, oh, I just can't with these boxes. It's just too much. The whole design of these boxes and bottles and everything. So let's get this one down because I'm really, really excited to see what this looks like. As Central Park Greens dries down, it's just like that perfect grass green. This one looks like it has some blue in it and it has like a nice, just earthy look to it. And I can't wait to try this one. Beautiful bottle. Love this. I kind of haven't been shaking these up and I probably should be. So I'm going to give this one a shake. Okay, let's put this down and see what the difference is between the two. Oh, wow. Really pretty. Now, for some reason, I feel like this one is more dry. I could be wrong. Ooh, got a little crazy with those dots. I always do. This is that perfect kind of herb color that you would find in like cooking herbs like thyme and basil and rosemary. It just has a really pretty, pretty color to it, and I love it actually. I'm so glad I got a full bottle of this. Okay, this one is Dancing Thyme. I tapped this one off a little bit first because I was getting so thick with my last ones. It was probably just too much ink. So kind of learning as I go along. This has a really dusty, muted look to it. If I can only get this to work. I'm telling you, you guys make it look so easy. I don't know how everybody's doing it so seamlessly. Not I. Definitely different from Central Park Greens. Okay, the next one we're going to do, I believe, is the Sad Charade. So this is just the sample size one. I hope I don't regret not getting this in a full-size bottle. Okay, this one's not wanting to go down as nicely as the other ones did. Okay, I'm feeling like this is what you would consider a dry ink because it fought me a little bit going down. I really like it a lot. It has like a dusty teal color to it. Would I get a whole bottle of this one? I don't know. I think this is called the Sad Charade. I don't know. I'd have to think about it, but I do feel like it's a bit on the drier side. Okay, let's get the Kakamori nib. Come on, work with me. Don't fight me. I know one day I'll look back on these videos and laugh at myself. I think it's about the angle. I have to practice on my angle. I shouldn't wait till my swatch videos to practice. It's like a dusty, muted, definitely teal. It leans more on the blue side. It's got a touch of green in it as well. It's very pretty. I think we have 3 more inks left, so I got plenty of space, which is great because I was worried about running out of space. So what should we do next? Okay, I think next we are going to do Harlequin Dream. I'm very interested in this one. Oh wow, it looks a little bit more blue than I was expecting. Not as purple as I was hoping for. This one's feeling a little bit dry as well, guys. Honestly, it does. I feel like the drier ones fight me going down. Let's get a little bit more there. It's actually turning more purple as it's drying, but it's definitely leaning on the blue side. I was expecting a more purple look out of this one. If you see the box is definitely leaning more purple, and this is leaning more on the blue side. Is it a purple though? Possibly, because it is definitely leaning blue at times and definitely leaning purple as well. So yeah, this is a unique one. This is very pretty. Let's get some on the nib. And this one here is Harlequin. Dream. Okay, what are the chances this is going to be perfect? What are the chances that this is just going to happen? Nope. Maybe if I angle it just slightly. There we go. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of blue. A lot of blue when this ink first goes down. Definitely drying less blue, but I see basically blue when I look in this bottle. Can we just drool a little bit over this box? Drool. We have to, because look at it. It's gorgeous. This now is Auroralis, and it is a limited edition color. This one I am so happy to have. I'm really having high hopes for it. Now this one does have glitter in it or shimmer. So yeah, I'm not sure why I said glitter. I meant shimmer. Let's open that up. Wow. Okay, I can see the shimmer. It is duochrome, definitely gold and pink, kind of like a pinkish purple. Wow, that is beautiful. And we're going to shake this up really well because I want to get that shimmer inside the sample. My husband's a big purple fan, so I was hoping to get an ink that he would enjoy too, and I feel like this would be the right one. Oh, wow. Okay. Definitely feeling drier as well. I'm feeling that dryness. It's really pretty though. Let's see if I can get that shimmer in there. I'm hoping to get the shimmer in the sample. Okay. And this one here is Oralis. I'm definitely going to have to look at the box because I will not spell this right otherwise. Wow, it's going down really thick with this pen. I'm trying to save space for that last swatch. This is really gorgeous. Holy cow. I am so glad that I got a full box of this. It's gorgeous. Once we have it dry down a little bit, I'll see if we can get that shimmer to show up in my camera. It's a deep, deep, dark violet, purple, and the duochrome shimmer. So yeah, this one's a winner. The last one I have is Treasured Manuscript, and I'm looking really forward to this. First of all, I'm in love with the box. I love the bookcase. Look how nice that is. I'm very much into my browns, so I can't wait to see how this goes down. Yeah, liking this. Let's open this up, and I don't believe this one has shimmer, but I'm going to give it a quick little shake. And I've definitely gotten inky. I guess it's not normal unless we do. Okay, I'm catching green. Wow, okay. I'm a little surprised here. This is not what I thought. Oh, wow, okay. This is surprising. This does not look like brown. This looks like olive green. Very, very interesting. Now, I don't know what it's going to look like when it dries down, but right now it's definitely surprising me. It is not what I was thinking it would look like. This is Treasured Manuscript. Wow, this is definitely surprising. It is very light writing with it. I don't know how this is going to work in a pen, but honestly, I love this box and bottle so much in this color that I'm willing to at least try it out in a pen. I'm going to go in at an angle this time. Yeah, see, now we're getting it. It only took me 11 inks. All right, we got into the calendar a little bit there, but I think it's okay. I'm surprised I could get 11 inks on an A6 to begin with, because this is like the smallest book in the world. I'm going to let these dry down a little bit and we'll come back. I'm just looking at the nib on this really closely, and this is a replacement because I cracked the first one. This one looks like it has a really flat nib, and I think that's why the writing is so big on this. I think I'm going to start looking for a metal dip pen at this point. I think I would enjoy that more because this felt a little thick and chunky to me. So yeah, we're going to keep looking until we find the perfect swatch pen. Okay, these are more dry at this point, and yeah, I actually am really loving these colors. I am in love with Central Park greens, so I will definitely need to get myself a bottle of that. It just has that perfect springy kind of grass green look to it, and I love it. Dancing Time, I did have a full bottle of, and I am loving it. One of the dots is still not fully dry, but it's getting there. Now, the Sad Charade, I said I would not be interested in purchasing a full-size bottle on that one, but now that it's dried down and the way it looks is kind of perfect. It reminds me of just like a rainy day, if that makes any sense. Like that muted color that the sky gets when it's rainy out and dreary and when it's pouring rain. And I wanted a color to actually write in my journal when it's raining out because I love when it rains. And I think the Sad Charade would be perfect for that. So I think I'm going to pick up a bottle of that. Harlequin Dream, I'm going to pass on. First, it felt a little too dry for me, but it's gotten a lot brighter as it has dried down, and it's a little too bright for my liking. It doesn't look as bright in the sample writing here, but it's it's an iffy. I'm going to keep it in the if pile or the maybe pile. Now, Auroralis is gorgeous, and I'm going to see if I can zoom in and get a better look at the glitter in this one. So just bear with me on this one. Capturing the shimmer in the Auroralis is kind of difficult. I think my lights are a little too bright, so I'm going to try to turn them down and see if that makes a difference. It is there. I can see it in person. There we go. I think that shows it pretty well. There we go. That's what I was looking for. It's got a pink and gold duochrome shimmer to it. And yeah, it sparkles really nicely and I really, really love it. And you can actually see it in the writing sample as well. The lighting has changed a little bit because now I messed with my lights trying to show you a close-up of the shimmer in Auroralis. It is gorgeous. I am so glad that I got my hands on that bottle. I feel like you're going to be able to see that slight shimmer throughout your writing, and I really love that. The only thing I'm struggling with Treasured Manuscript is it does look very, very light in the writing sample. I don't know how that's going to show up, especially with a fine nib, and most of my pens are fine nibs. So this one's questionable about how it's going to write. So I'm going to have to just throw it in a pen and give it a chance and see how it does. Now, I want to say that this kind of reminds me of Pilot Inaho, but I don't have that ink. I wish I did, even just a sample so that I can get it down so that I can compare other inks to it. But unfortunately, I don't have that one. I've been trying to get a sample of it, but it's just literally impossible. So I've given up. But I would have loved to compare that with the Treasured Manuscript, and this was definitely a surprise to me because I was expecting this ink to be a brown, and to me it's more of an olive. It definitely has a lot of green properties in it. If you look at my close-up, you can see the green is just screaming in that one. So let's take a closer look at all of them. Let me just adjust my lights. There is Spadina Rose, very beautiful, dusty. Here's Sherry Sonata, see more on the bright side. Buttered popcorn, which is lovely. Pumpkin Patch. Autumn and Auburn, which is also another surprise for me. I love that one. Then we have Central Park. We have Dancing Time, The Sad Charade, Harlequin Dream, Auroralis, and Treasured Manuscript. I am pretty pleased. I had no idea I did a rainbow here. It's just the way it worked out. Was not my intent when I ordered these colors. I just went in and ordered ones that I thought I would like, and we ended up with a rainbow. How beautiful is that? Let's do some ink comparisons because I want to do an ink comparison for Spadina Rose, the Sherry Sonata, and Teranishi Chemical Industry Opera Rose. I hope that's the way you spell comparison. And if it's not, it's the way we spell it now. I have Teranishi Chemical Industry Opera Rose. I have Ferris Wheel Press's Spadina Rose, and I have Ferris Wheel Press's the Sherry Sonata. Let's get all three of them down. We're going to do Opera Rose first. Such a pinky brown. It really is. I really do love it. We're going to do Spadina Rose next. Definitely different. This leans more on the brown side. This leans more on the pink side. And then we're going to do Sherry Sonata. I'm going to do that. Very interesting. They're the only pinks that I currently have, so it's the best comparison that I can do at this point. So we have Teranishi Opera Rose, we have Ferris Wheel Press's Spadina Rose, and we have Ferris Wheel Press's the Sherry Sonata. And as you can see, they're all different. Opera Rose definitely leans more on the brown side, whereas Spadina Rose is more of a dusty rose, and the Sherry Sonata is more of a bright pink rose color. All of them are gorgeous. The next comparison I wanted to do was Teranishi's Chemical Industry Nostalgic Honey, Autumn and Auburn, and Buttered Popcorn. These are the closest I have to these colors currently. Like I said, I'm new to this, so I don't have a lot of inks yet, but hopefully that'll change in the future as I fall further down the rabbit hole. So we're going to do Teranishi's Nostalgic Honey first. Gosh, I love this color. It just speaks to me, definitely, without a doubt. Oh, I forgot my little dots. I like my little dots. Now we're going to do Autumn and Auburn. I felt like these two had really similar things going on. Okay, let's swatch this one next. Wow. Okay, going down there looking very similar. Now I can see right off the bat that Nostalgic Honey leans more on the brown side, and Autumn and Auburn is leaning more on the yellow side. I don't think we're going to throw in buttered. Yeah, let's throw in buttered popcorn. Why not? It can't hurt. Let's see what this one does. I know it's going to be a much more yellow, but for those of you that have it, sometimes it helps to see it near other inks. It's much more yellow, but we'll let it dry down and take a look at everything once it's dry. Let's throw in this one. This is the one that I got with my new Platinum Chai Latte pen. Let's take a look at that one. Ooh, much darker and deeper. Wow, that is a gorgeous color. Now this one doesn't have a name on it. It says mixable, create your own ink colors. I don't think that means anything. I just think that means you can mix it with other ink colors to create an ink. So I'm just going to call it Chai Latte because it doesn't have a name. It's really dark. Okay, just to make this interesting, I'm going to sneak in an ink that I shouldn't be sneaking in because this is going to be part of a different swatching session, Cowardly Lion from Wearing Gold, because I think a lot of us have this one and it would help for this comparison to look at them all together. It's the first time I'm swatching this one too, and I'm so excited because I wanted this. Oh, yeah, this is what I wanted it to be. Okay. So we got them all down. Let's give it a moment to dry and then we'll get back to this. Okay, so we have dried down a lot, mostly 100%, and here are the comparisons. Really, really interesting. The Opera Rose definitely leans more pinky brown than the Spadina Rose, which is definitely going in my collection because I love it. Again, this verifies that Sherry Sonata has more of a bright fuchsia color to it, and it's just not my thing, so I won't be adding that as a full bottle. The Nostalgic Honey is gorgeous from Tiramisu Chemical, definitely. Then you have Autumn and Auburn, which looks very, very similar to it, but this one is so much more unique, I feel. Like it has better shading properties, and I'm almost catching like a slight green tint almost in this one, whereas the Autumn and Auburn doesn't have it. But if you have Autumn and Auburn, do you need Nostalgic Honey? I would say yes. If you can see, this one has more of an orange color, this one has more of a brown color. I threw buttered popcorn in just for comparison purposes. Now, the Chai Latte Platinum ink, really interesting looking. Love it a lot. Um, has like a really chocolate color to it. Really pretty. Cowardly Lion is gorgeous. I didn't expect it to swatch like this. It's really deep and dark. So that's basically the inks that I have that are most similar to each other right now in my collection. I didn't have any other greens to compare. The other colors we had were blues or purples, so we kind of just had those. Here are the original swatches again, and I love how they came out. Everything looks beautiful, and really, really happy with everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for hanging in there and this long video, and I really appreciate it. I want to say thank you to all the people that commented on my first ink video. I was so nervous. I'm still a little nervous and wasn't sure how that was going to go over, and everybody was so welcoming and so friendly, and I totally love it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this as well. And definitely subscribe if you haven't. Thumbs up this video. We are going to be doing a lot more ink videos here, and my next couple of videos will probably be about my planners so you can see how I'm actually utilizing these inks. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.